Hi there, good morning. Alan here. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing the Buddy Read tag, and Tag Tuesday. I was tagged this morning, just a few hours ago, by Brian over at Bookish, and this is an original tag by Noah that everybody who reads it must converse. See their links to their channels below in the description box. So here are the prompts. Prompt 1, accountability. Do you like to participate in buddy reads? And the answer to that is yes. I do quite a bit of buddy reading. I've done quite a bit of it all year. I've been buddy reading Kurt Vonnegut books, and what else? Well, some of these are going to be answers and prompts below, but Kurt Vonnegut, buddy read Philip K. Dick with Ramsey Rajathon, buddy read Invisible Man with Hannah and Hannah's books. That was in February, Black History Month. And got some buddy reads coming up, some readathons and some group reads and all that. 2, sharing. Is there an ideal size for a group in order to have a buddy read? An ideal size. Well, in my 3 years, I've participated in quite a few buddy reads, and I would say you really don't want them too big. I had to, I was in a buddy read, I think last year, or maybe even 2 years ago, and I had to DNF the book even, under nothing to do with the group or anything, just circumstances beyond my control. And that was The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. So I have to read that. Although I did buddy read Donna Tartt's The Secret Garden with Alex Black. I think that was last year. So I think, the ideal number is like 5 to 6, about half a dozen people. And I'm going to refer to that again in a question coming up. 3, duration. Is a shorter or longer book best for buddy reads? And I think a longer book is better. And that's just because, or a more complex book. I was in a buddy read of Paradise Lost this year with 3 other people. And that was a really good group. And it was over like a period of 3 months. So we really did take our time with it. So that was a really good buddy read. 4, community. There are many different types of readers. Share a meeting of the minds. And I keep looking over here at a section because I don't have the book. The book is in an office down the road. And I keep forgetting to pick it up, but that book is Native Son by Richard Wright, and that was a buddy read with Jack at Rambling Raconteur last year. I'm gonna link my. I think I have a playlist on Native Son, because we did it in like 2 parts. Really intense novel, and it was a novel chosen at Jack's. He chose it for us to read, and I'm so very glad he did. It's one of the best novels I've read in the last, 5 years. It's from, I think it was published in 53, if I'm getting that correct, 53. If not that, then Invisible Man was. But that was a meeting of the minds for sure. It was a great buddy read. 5, perspective. Again, there are many different types of readers. share a difference in perspective. And here I'm going to throw Noah into the mix here, and Brian at Bookish, because we had a different perspective in the group read of Ulysses 2020. Man, that seems like we did that like 5 years ago, it seems like, because due to COVID and other things, how many people were in that group? Probably about 8, maybe around 8 or so. So we didn't finish the group read. I moved back from Georgia to here and just blah blah blah. You know what happened with COVID. But to answer the question, we had a meeting of the minds and different perspective on how it's best to read Ulysses. Now, is it best to just read it, coming at it like you would do the absolute true diary of a part-time Indian with no background information, just go at it and read it? Or would it behoove you to have some secondary sources before you open up the first page? And the answer is both are correct, ultimately, because you can have a definite virgin experience and glean as much as you can by reading it on your own, and that's quite a feat to do it like that, and that's a way to do it. But the way Noah and I our argument or perspective was, and mine was, even when I first started reading it back in the 80s, Ulysses, I read secondary sources first before I even opened up the book. I don't know why I did that exactly. But anyway, we shared offline, and I think it was through Voxer, and it lasted a few days, and it was really cool. So, I enjoy a good debate. 6, challenges. Share a private or public challenge to read out of your comfort zone. I know exactly the book. Now this I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a buddy read with Tom at Tom's LA Books. Gene Wolfe, Shadow and Claw, the first 2 books in the Book of the New Sun. So, yeah, this is fantasy, sci-fi, small print, and everything. So I'm looking forward to reading this. Out of my comfort zone, I don't read a lot of sci-fi, unless you want to call like Kurt Vonnegut sci-fi, and he is sometimes, or unless you want to call Thomas Pynchon sci-fi, which you can, Dan Simmons, I've read Hyperion and Fall of Hyperion, he's sci-fi, but I haven't read like Isaac Asimov, like Heinlein or like that. Let's see, 7, events. What is your favorite reading event and why? I try to participate in as many events as I can, and I always look forward to Victober. It would be my 3rd or 4th Victober, this Victober. I think my 4th. Because for some reason, I went to grad school in English, MFA, but it's still a master's degree. But yeah, that's, but I never really read a lot of Victorian era literature. I don't know why. I never read Jane Austen or like I know a few Charles Dickens, but now I really, I just through Victober and the ladies over there, I got an education on the Brontes, Wuthering Heights. I'm in Team Wuthering Heights. Love that book. I've read it like 3 or 4 times. But yeah, it's really like just getting a free education being on BookTube, isn't it? Sometimes. And my very favorite is my very own Faulkner in August, which I co-created with Brian at Bookish, and we've got the fellows at the CodeX Cantina helping us out last year, this year too, and we've recruited them because we're already talking about Faulkner in August 21-21. Yep, and it might be not just August because we're going to do, well, you know, more later on that. Number 8, can't stop. A booktuber you have buddy read with the most. And this is easy for me. I do a lot of buddy reads, but hands down, it would be Roz at Scalldandling about the books. Now, we buddy read with, well, separately, and with the fellows at Codex Cantina, we've been buddy reading Clarice Lispector. I think Roz and I are on our 4th book we're about to read, and then we've read a crime fiction book, just her and I. Then she was in the Paradise Lost reading group. She was in the Ulysses reading group. She's been in all 2 of the Faulkner in August so far. So, Roz, my buddy reading buddy in Sussex, England. Number 9, won't stop. A booktuber you haven't but want to buddy read with. Good question. And I have an answer because I have some buddy reads planned. We are not ourselves. I'm planning to read that with Maria at MH Books. She's over in Dublin, and from what I can gather, that's an Irish themed type book. And then I've got some, like I mentioned, Clarice Lispector coming up, buddy reads. What else? Silje and I are going to buddy read a book. She's been a friend of mine for a couple years, and I have to keep kind of prompting her, reminding her that I'd like her to pick the one we read this time. But let me see. Tag some people, and as I tag some people, who do I want to buddy read with? If you're mentioned in this tag, if I mention your name, you're already tagged, like Ramsey and Maria. Oh, how could I forget? We're buddy reading John Berryman's Dream Songs right now. It's a book of poems, won the National Book Award and the Pulitzer Prize. If you care to get in on that group read, we're doing it on Voxer, Voxer. It's an anonymous worldwide communication system, if you're unfamiliar with it. And my Voxer ID is Alan770. Alan770. And just hit me up and we'll add you to the group. Because Roz is in that group, and Greg at another Bibliophile reads, link him below. He's just starting out his channel. Go check him out. So I'm going to tag Sina at Beating Around the Books, Kim at Middle of the Book March, Karen Evans, and Dave Wiley. And like I said, if I mentioned your name already, consider yourself tagged. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, even number. Tag 10 people. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend, and hope you didn't have to visit too many cemeteries. I have an uncle who's we used to go put a flag and attend to his grave every Memorial Day in Toledo, Ohio. So salute the veterans. And with that, I will bid you adieu. Till next time, I remain Alan.